Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Blue Dragon 5 here, hosting a special installment of Disney Debates, Mulan Edition. And no, we're not talking 2020's live action remake, namely because we chose not to gamble $30 on a roll of the dice on a losing bet. No, we chose not to do that. Instead, we've decided to look back to a simpler time, 1998. With our main topics tonight being best Mulan moment, a spin on the wheel of remakes, and a pitch for a new Mushu attraction. Another reason this is a special debate is to do Mulan right. We thought, what better occasion to get some female fighters on Disney debates than this? I mean, like the stars align cosmically, like this is the time, and we lucked out, Lucky Cricket in the corner there. Why not? So, without further delay, grab some Szechuan sauce and your Lucky Crickets and say hi to Donny Osmond, because we're marching towards the arena in this corner. She's back in action with a new voice box, loquacious to a fault with a gift for the gab. It's Gabby Allegret.
That was quite an intro. Hello.
And in the opposing corner, book smart as Belle, and from a galaxy far, far away, this lovely lady has the ferocity of X-23. It's Laura Kanata!
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Of course, joining me on the living tribunal, as it were, we have Mickey Fan.
Hello.
And Piggy.
Hey. It was a busy day at work. I did not get a chance to eat lunch, so I may or may not be eating McDonald's right now.
I have a cat in my lap.
I want McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's quite delicious.
It is.
I trust you finished this meal before we were.
Dragon, let's not talk about that right now, buddy. I'm not the one who has to do a debate. All right. Anyways.
Anyway, I'm just gonna be judging him throughout the whole of this, folks. Just so you know. Okay.
You're constantly judging me anyway, so that's no skin off my back.
I'm judging you when you make these mistakes while we're on air like this. But anyway,
Dragon, it's not a mistake. I've had a hell of a day. I need some food. Okay.
Right, well, you know what? You knew we were doing that. Anyway, we're not going to talk about this now. Just enjoy your Szechuan
You do not know the day I've had, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it any different than the other days? Okay.
All right. We're an old married couple.
Moving on.
This just got very violent very fast.
Where's the tip of the iceberg, sister? You just wait.
I thought Gabby and I were supposed to be fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, you are. We're setting the tone. We're setting the tone. We want this transferred into verbal combat, ladies. Anyway, so seriously, outside of our stupid bickering, how's everyone doing tonight?
Fine. I mean, like I said before we went live, if I sound incoherent, I apologize because I've been busy with work and school. So, yeah, there's that.
Good. All right, Mickey Fan, I'm sure you've had a banner week with the Mando trailer dropping recently.
Oh yeah,
And
I am excited for more Baby Yoda.
I
I would throw myself in front of a bus for Baby Yoda.
I think we all would. I think that's a banner statement right there. I think we would all. Anyway, okay, so we die for Baby Yoda. Anyway, so let me do a little refresher here because we have some new people joining us, of course, with Laura here, and again some old friends coming back after a long while with Gabby, and of course any new people joining us in the comments for a little shoe here. Little refresher on the rules. How this is going to go down. Okay, so we got 3 rounds. 3 main rounds, which we're gonna kind of go in the order of this. You girls are going to establish your picks, as in what you ended up doing once we establish who's going first. You're gonna say what you picked. Then we're gonna go back around to the opening statements, in which you basically say all the nice redeeming things, get all the opening points you want to get in there, all the nice stuff, or basically like the pitches and stuff. That's all the opening statement territory. Then it's a fight to the finish, until you hear the bell from our other little kind of co-judge here, R2D2. You Hear that sound? He's heard enough, which means I've heard enough, which means it's time for the judges on the tribunal here to deliberate, and we're going to vote on the winner of the round. Can only have best 2 out of 3 sort of thing. In that, if you get 2 votes, then you're probably safe. Anyway. At the end of 3 rounds, we then go to the lucky coin. Much like Mulan, the terms of luck are quite ambiguous because it's fully optional. You don't have to do this. You have the option of doing this. If you choose to flip the coin that lands heads, good news, you get a point. Lands tails, I'm afraid not so lucky. You risk losing a point. Now, we're also introducing this feature that is yet to work, but I'm just going to throw it out there yet again. We're going to see if it works.
You really think it's going to happen on this one, Dragon?
I don't know. I don't know. All right.
No, they seem pretty cutthroat.
All right. So we have the wager. Now the wager is a feature we've kind of added here. Has not been used yet, but ideally, after both players have 2 points, only after they both have acquired 2 points, they both have the option to wager a point. Quite simply, what this means is before the question of the speed round, you say, I want to wager. Basically, you're going to ante up 1 point. Your opponent has no choice but to also ante up a point. The winner of the round gets 2 points. Walks around with their opponent's point and the point of the round. Take one away from their opponent. They walk away with 2 points. Isn't that nice?
I don't know.
Yep.
This is stressful. What have you guys done?
Well, we'll see if it even comes into play again.
I personally like the hidden coin better than this, but that's just me.
This is feedback that would have been really helpful beforehand. It's when I was formulating this. But anyway,
Get a room.
What have
Anyway, okay. So point being, the goal of the whole game, girls, is first to 5 points wins. First who acquires 5 points on the board wins the whole kit and caboodle. Do you understand these rules as I've explained them to you both here this fine evening?
Most important question, what's the prize?
The prize, yes,
Prize of all.
copious bragging rights.
Okay, that's great.
And honor,
I just wanted to know what I
Laura,
Knowing
honor.
that you beat someone at Disney
Like
debates.
how?
I was so bummed someone didn't even start with honor. I mean, y'all had it there, and you just
I know,
didn't use the
I know.
opportunity.
You're right, Gabby. That shame on me.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
God.
so that's let's go to the randomizer. Figure out who's going first. Much like Cards in Vegas, folks. We put them in alphabetical order here. We go kind of like we've listed them. Kind of like to shuffle the deck 7 times. In this case, we like go in alphabetical order. Figure out who's going to go. It's probably going to be Jacob, even though he's in the comments, because the randomizer just loves Jacob. He always ends up going first in these things.
All right. I want to do it.
You're probably going to have to announce it because we're getting a little blur on this. You're just going to have to tell us once it comes up. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see the comments. Hi, Jacob.
Oh, where do you look at comments?
Okay, going first is Laura.
Yes. I mean, good luck.
Okay.
Okay, and let me see what I can do about that screen blur. That's a little discord.
Well, we're going to get rid of it, so that's...
All right. Okay, so,
All right, so point being, through the duration of the game, Laura, you're going to be going first on the main round, and that's going to be going to Gabby.
Ugh.
There we go. Now the blur's gone. We're all good.
Okay.
All right, let's get down to
1
business.
second. Oh God, don't fail me now, Facebook. To defeat the Huns.
All right, girls, ready for
God
round
damn you,
numero
Huns.
uno?
Yes.
They sent us daughters.
Okay, anyway, all right. So in celebration of the animated Mulan, as I think we're all kind of doing right now, especially for those unlucky souls who saw the live-action remake, here's the question, the full question. What is the best moment from the 1998 Mulan? It was all on the table, kids, for these two to pick from. So let's see what Laura picks. Laura, what do you have?
All right. I will admit it took me a while to think of this one, and I remembered something that I had read a while ago, that once you read it and then you watch the movie again, you can't unsee it. and that was that. So a big popular part is the song about the girl I'm fighting for, and they're all talking about the different types of girl, and even Mulan is trying to be like, well, hey, I'm, what about someone with a brain and everything? But then, and they're kind of like almost making light of it, and then they get to the village. And I don't know if this is the best part of the movie, but it's definitely the most poignant and the part that changes the tone is they get to the village and they see that little girl's doll. And here is actually who they're fighting for. Here is the girl they're fighting for, is this child, this innocent.
Okay, like Laura's mainly need you to say what the moment is, but I got
I'm
it. I love your spirit. You're kind of just remember it when we get to the opening statement. That's all gold, though. It's good.
I told you I've never done this.
I know. Don't worry about it. Okay, you're all good.
It's amazing.
Just say what they are.
I am so scared to share mine now. I'm like, this is not going to match up.
All right, Gab, just give the full. Just say what inspired your thing, just to measure up a little here. What inspired you to get to your moment? But let's not go too much into the opening here. So, what do you got, Gabs?
I picked the ending when she's finished fighting and she's meeting the Emperor. And he's basically like, look, you have trashed my palace. You did this, and that. And then everything just kind of stops. And he's like, but you have saved me. And you have saved all of China. And every time it gets to that, it kind of just makes me cry. Because you have this woman who has fought her way to the front lines to save her father and his honor. And in the end, not only was she honored by the emperor, but all of China. So it's kind of like, it was kind of like, I did it moment,
Okay. All right.
So.
Okay, let's get to the opening statements, Laura.
Okay, so yeah.
Also, we got Claude Ring in the comments here. Welcome, Claude. Sorry, Laura. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. That was good. It gave me a second to figure out what I was going to say, since I already said it all. That's what I think is the most poignant moment of the film, and it turns it from this kind of like, it's like a fun sort of like journey, they're at the camp, they're making fun of like, this is men smell, or this is, and women are this and all that stuff. And then they get to this key point where that this isn't just a game. This is real. This is there. And this, I don't know, it just, to me, it brings home the whole, one of the many messages of the film, which is, not to glorify, that people glorify in war, and that really this is what happens. This is the tragedy of it. So I don't know if it's going to win Best Point, but I think it wins the most powerful to me, the most emotion churning point.
Okay, Gabby, what's your opening?
Whew, God help us all. Okay. So this part of the movie, at this point, you have watched the almost entire thing. You have seen her go from this kind of lanky woman who is seen as disrespectful, she's terrible at finding a man. And then she's like, put me in the war. And they're like, haha, that's cute. But no. So you have watched her become this, I don't know, what's seen as just this woman to this brave warrior. And she is not only being recognized at the end for all that she's done by, like I said, the emperor, but of all of China. She has gained the respect she rightfully deserved the whole time. But it's one of those moments of this woman has done so much more than all of the men in the army just by being herself and by fighting. And that's my opening.
All right, ladies, I want you to fight it out until the fireworks go popping here.
God. I would say ladies first, but
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Let's see here. So am I just supposed to like keep talking my point, or put down
why
her
yours
point?
is better than her point? That's
okay.
basically
Tell me why. Tell me why mine is trash and yours is the best.
Okay, I have a favorite. No, okay, I won't do that one. Sorry.
No.
Okay. No, it's a different. So I think your point is a good point in the film. I just don't think it is the most emotional point. I think that comes at when the tonal discord of we're kind of making fun and having this laugh-go-lucky, and now it's like, wait a minute, here's this little girl's doll, and she doesn't get to play with this doll anymore. And why is this? Because this is what we're protecting. This is why we are protecting our country and our people, is for this little girl and all the other little girls and all the other children and so on. So I think you have a good point. I just don't think it's the best point. That's about as fighty as I get.
Yeah. Oh, God, I hate these parts. I hate these parts. Okay, so I mostly agree with everything that you're saying. And that's part of my problem, is because I have to defend my argument, but it's very hard to do so. I mostly agree. With that being said, that tone does end up changing back to a more comical tone. You know, you still have Mushu making his jokes. I mean, you do have more serious moments, but it does go back to that comical, this is funny, whatever. At the end, when she has defeated, you know, the Huns, and she was given respect and honor by the Emperor, the tone doesn't shift back to funny. I mean, Grandma says the funny thing to Shang of, would you like to stay forever? But it doesn't actually set the tone of the rest of the movie. It doesn't set the tone of the end. That's you, at this point here, you have the, okay, she has victory. It's kind of like, she actually did it. It doesn't go back to funny, it goes just to peaceful. So I do agree with what you're saying, but after that more somber, serious tone hits, it does go back to, like I said, a more light and kind of comical area. So that's why I have a hard time with that one.
And I mean, that's fair. You have, you know, I like your point too. That's why I'm like, you know, it does show the honor of that she receives, and by being herself and all that stuff. And I think I'll bring it around back to my point. I think what makes it your point so powerful is that this point, she is, you know, they show her in the village, or not in the village, but like back at the beginning, in the very beginning of the movie, and there's like a little kid and like some brothers playing with their doll or something. I don't know. And it just shows that this is one little girl that will never get to prove her point. She won't get to get honor or rewards or whatever because of the trials and tribulations of war.
True, absolutely. And that is absolutely right. With that being said, and I'm not discounting her death or whatever happened to her, because that is obviously right. That's obviously tragic, whatever may have happened. With that being said, now that we have Mulan, who was, I don't know if she was the first woman in the movie, they don't necessarily say that. But if she was, for example, the first woman to stand up for China and everyone loves and respects her, now everyone has a different shift. Everyone's able to look and go, okay, a woman can do what a man can do. And so now it kind of sets the tone on, we can respect women more because this one woman here fought for all of us. So we should be able to give women the honor and respect they've already deserved, but now she's been able to prove her point. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
I must say, this is the nicest debate I've been in.
I didn't know I was debating. I thought I was just talking points.
Right.
I am so used to the other guys like hashing it out and we're all yelling, and this is like really chill. I appreciate it. It is super chill.
I don't know.
Testosterone, what can I say? We get, you know, when it comes to any sort of competition.
They do. They get nasty.
They swoop the leg, Gabby. They swoop the leg.
They do. They do. And then they go, I'm sorry, not sorry.
I tell you,
No mercy.
that Y chromosome, it just wipes out all but one brain cell.
Yeah.
Can we ixnay on the chemistry lesson? Can we get back to the Mulan talk?
Anyways, I'm pretty sure my final point would just be that I do agree with your point of the movie. I do agree with how you see it and how it is a turning point. but it kind of, like I said before, it does go back to that comical light feeling. And if it wasn't for Mulan being able to accomplish and achieve what she was trying to do, which ultimately was honor her father, which she has absolutely done. As much as it's great that the Emperor has respected her and all of that, the whole point was for her father. Now that she has done that, there's kind of a sense of achievement, and she is able to set the path for other little girls to be able to go, if Mulan can do this, so could I.
I didn't know if I was supposed to say more or be done. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, time's run out, so.
That's fine.
All right, okay, deliberation time. Mickey fan, what are you liking this round?
Oh, I really like both of these.
Well, that doesn't help.
Yeah, this doesn't help at all. But gun to your head, you had to pick one.
Gun to my head, I think I'm gonna have to go with Gabby.
Oh my gosh.
Going with Gabby. All right. Let me see. This is a tricky one for sure. I mean, we had two really, really well
Gun
fought
to your
points.
head, who do you pick?
Yeah, it's Ryan.
I'm going. I think I'm going Laura.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a tie.
All right, Tiki. Deciding vote.
All right. I think Laura had the better pick out of the two. Definitely the more iconic moment. But here is what I'm going to go with Gabby, and I'm going to tell you where I think Gabby won for me. Is that Gabby kind of made the point of like the tone, like we're back to the silly tone. And honestly, I feel like Laura could have won the point if she would have had more of a rebuttal of, like basically kind of like doubling down on like, well, yeah, the point is it's the silly tone and then the abrupt shift in the silly tone. It's, it's supposed to be abrupt. It's supposed to, kind of make you just kind of halt, pump your brakes and go like, whoa. And you definitely did that in your opening statement. I just don't think that you doubled down on that enough when Gabby was trying to attack the tone. So for that reason, I'm going to have to vote for Gabby.
My gosh, I won. What the hell?
Gabby's gotten the first point.
All right.
The stress.
Oh, we'll see if she can endure it, folks. We'll see if Laura's cooking something up.
Yeah, you go, Laura.
All right, so a few comments. We have some other picks that people were leaning towards. I believe Claudia's saying like you would have gone Reflection or I'll Make a Man Out of You. Two excellent choices. And of course, had they actually gone with I'll Make a Man Out...
Yeah, go ahead.
Had they gone with I'll Make a Man Out of You, we did have a stipulation. They have to go for a moment within the montage. They can't use the montage as a whole because there's just too much gold in there.
All right.
Right. Okay, on to round numero dos. So, Disney, let's be honest. Let's have an open dialogue here. Disney, you're going remake crazy. We're concerned.
We really are.
And they show no sign of stopping. So, I mean, who knows what's coming next, truly, which kind of leads us to the Wheel of Remakes. So basically, folks, here's how it's going to go. We got a wheel here full of a bunch of Disney live-action remakes that we have not seen yet. Half of them are actually in the pipeline. The other half are not announced yet, but again, probably inevitability. So the question is, here's what's going to happen. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to assign one to Laura, and then they're going to spin it again for Gabby. And they're going to, essentially, they're going to argue which animated Disney film will make the best live-action remake out of the ones that they have. Like, why this one, it can't possibly fail, that sort of thing. Why this one should happen over the one that their opponent gets. You understand? We're all copacetic there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just have to really believe in these because all of these look like they could be a terrible remake. So
Absolutely. Disney doesn't have a good track record. So the point being, this would probably be a first if it were successful, which you guys are arguing for. Okay, Tiki.
All right. And just to make sure you're not getting any of that blur action.
We're all good. We're all crystal
Okay,
clear.
just checking.
Yeah, it's
just
clear.
checking.
Believe me, I'll tell you if we get blurry again.
Okay. All right, this is for Laura. Laura gets
Hercules.
Okay, that's not a bad one.
Hercules.
Oh, God.
What do you think that's from, Dragon?
Well, it's the Nutty Professor.
No, it's not from the Nutty Professor.
Are you going for the Hercules? Hercules? Are you going for the music?
No. It's a very
Hercules.
obscure Survivor quote.
Well, you know where they got that from, right?
Probably Nutty Professor, I'm guessing.
Yes, that's why am I wrong on this?
All right. Anyways, this is for Gabby.
God help us all. Give me a good one, please, because they all suck.
See what's she gonna get? She's gonna get
Hunchback.
Hunchback.
No! God help us all. How the... Okay,
Oddly,
this
two
is garbage.
confirmed remakes. So both of these are actually in the pipeline, folks.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
No, seriously. I mean, I'll admit, Hunchback. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed, but no details in the year or anything. And Hercules.
Yeah, Hunchback's a little further on in development, but Hercules is imminent.
Now, I want to be clear, guys. Even if you know things about, like, I'm not going to factor in the. Well, you don't have to worry about this round. My stance was going to be if you had one that was going up against one's actually slated, that wouldn't factor into the argument. But you're all good. They are actually happening. So the point being is, like, I wouldn't rest your laurels on that. It's just argue them against. That's what's going to be the better remake. Okay, Laura, just give me the opening statement.
Well, obviously, Hercules is going to be a better remake because the tone. But different. I know. I'm going to double down now. No, because, Hunchback is just a little dark. Even the animated version was a little dark for children. And you in a live action that, like the whole scary priest and the scene where they're going to throw the baby down the well. I mean, I wouldn't take my kid to see that movie. Hercules has got some fun moment, and it's got like a flying horse, which would just be awesome. I mean, it'd probably be CGI or something, because there's no such thing as flying horses that I know of. But so you got the Pegasus, and then you've got, and you can get a really good cast. I see people do dream casting all the time. You're like, oh, this guy or this girl or this person would make the best. And I think a really good Hades would be, and just because I think this person is just an excellent actor and very attractive, would be Idris Elba.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I just like Idris Elba, and I think he'd make a good Hades.
We all like Idris Elba.
Yeah, that's one round. So I just think with the right cast, the tone, it's a better film for a remake. It's a better one to live action.
Okay, Gabbers.
I mean, but where is the lie? She's not wrong. Okay, can we start off with that? Oh, God. Okay. God help us all. Okay. I do agree with you, as I just stated, because I can't. Obviously, the tone for Hunchback is not going to be light and fluffy. There's obviously some light parts, but the main storyline is not light. With that being said, I think it talks on deep topics that are hard to address, that makes it a little easier to address. So, for example, the way that they treated the Romani people, or the gypsies. And we basically, in Hunchback of Notre Dame, they touch on how these are just people. They're just people, and we shouldn't judge them or discriminate them based on the color of their skin, where they live, how they live, things like that. I do agree, like I said, with the tone. It's absolutely not going to be as light and fun as Hercules would be, but at the same time, it would be quite interesting to see how they do brush up on the topics of discrimination and judgment and all of those things. I think it'd be a little easier than Hercules in the sense of casting, because we already have the place to do Hunchback of Notre Dame. We obviously, Paris is a real place. These are obviously real people. The only CGI that you would see is the what in the hell are they called?
Gargoyles?
Thank you. Thank you. I was like, God, I can't remember the name. The only CGI we will really see, and I mean, there might, if they do play upon the horse, then maybe we would see the horse CGI. But with that being said, we would our small CGI would be the gargoyles, so it'd be a little bit easier for the people. But yeah, that's argue back at me, and I'll figure out ways to fight for this movie that I don't believe in.
Hey, it's fight night, ladies. Go at it.
Okay. I mean, Hunchback is. I like the movie. I just don't think it's a different Disney. Like, it's a different tone from. Like, when I think of the good old Disney animated movies and thinking of the remaking it, I want something funny, lively, that's got that kind of magic. And as beautiful as a social justice piece as the Hunchback of Notre Dame is, I don't feel the magic. And so I think Hercules has, the mythos, the singing muses, pain and panic, just all these different like magical elements that could really be fun and fanciful.
With that being said, I do agree. When you think of Disney, you think of magical, you think of fun, whatever. With that being said, there's actually a lot of Disney films, children and adult wise, that also touch base on not only the social justice parts, but they also show us of something deeper, something more meaningful. The magic is definitely a part of it, and everyone loves the light and magic parts. But when you come to the more meaningful stuff, Disney's hitting on real hard topics that are hard to discuss. So with Hunchback, when I think of classic movies, during this time period especially, not only was Hunchback a social justice movie, but like Mulan, Mulan was not just about the light, fun parts of it. It was also deeper. It had deeper meaning. So when you think of Disney, sure, you can go for magic. But when you think of Disney, you also can think of, okay, they're touching on harder subjects to talk about, especially with little children. Plus, I think that with Hunchback, there are some songs that they could hit home with, like God Help the Outcasts and things like that. Sure, when it comes to tone, it could be lighter. With that being said, Disney's not just about the magic. They are also about being able to teach kids that people are okay. We all should accept people the way they are, whether they look like the Hunchback or they look like Esmeralda or whatever their religion. We should be accepting of everyone because we are all human. We are all the same.
Those are good points, but but I think I'm just gonna stick with my argument and also think about can they can do that kind of movie in cartoon, but how would you, in practicality, how would you cast someone to be the Hunchback, and how would you do it well, and how would you do it without further stigmatizing people? Whereas you've got the Hercules movie, it's an easier sell. I think it gets you, and you get to have the message of like anyone can be a hero, but you don't have to, like you can get like Channing Tatum to be Hercules or Pedro Pascal or like it's just. And I think it would be an easier win for Disney. Not saying the Hunchback couldn't be good, just saying this one would be a better one.
Oh no, absolutely. With the Hunchback and with the issues of casting, it'd be the same idea as casting a hearing person as a deaf person. You would just find someone who does have a hunchback or something that is considered an actor, which there are people like that, and actually have them play as who they're supposed to be. I mean, you don't have to necessarily stigmatize these people or go, okay, look, this is bad. You can have these people in the movie, and it's like the whole point of the Hunchback was it doesn't matter what he looks like. He's not a monster, and neither was Esmeralda being Romani or Gypsy. And there's a plethora of Romani people that still exist that could also be actors as well. So the casting, I don't think, is that big of an issue. And I also believe, especially as of recent, with Hollywood, we're a lot more accepting of people with disabilities. Not where we should be. We should be a lot farther along, but we are a lot more accepting now. So being able to cast these people, I don't think would be that hard. And I also think it would be good for kids to be able to see, hey, these people do exist, and the moral of the story is it's okay, they're people too. It doesn't matter what they look like, they're humans. It's about their heart. If that makes any sense.
No, you're making good points too. I'm trying to think of any other counter arguments. I'm mostly thinking there's some points that wouldn't do. Again, I just think the tone is not. I think if they did make this movie, they would have to brand it as an adult movie. There's some parts that I remember watching, like that whole creepy Judge Frollo basically lusting after Esmeralda scene, that I watched it as an adult, and I'm like, oh, okay. That would just be too creepy in live action.
Don't you dare cut Hellfire, Laura.
I'm not cutting.
Don't tell her how to fight her thing.
In live action, it would hit maybe a little too close for some people. You know, they'd have to be like a trigger warning or something.
It would depend. It would depend on how they did it. One, they would either just take it out completely, or they would redo it in such a way that it's not as lustful. Again, this movie was made, 30 years ago? So things were a little bit different then as they were now. I'm not necessarily saying that's okay, because half of the stuff that they made was not. But I think they've learned from their mistakes before. So being able to remake this, they would know what direction they need to set the tone. I do believe, though, that the idea of accepting people as they are, that is the tone. That is the main tone. It could be a little dark, but they've done a little dark things before, and it has still set the idea of what I said before, of accepting people as who they are and how they are. And it's important for children to learn that right away, straight on, of this is okay, they're okay, I'm okay. Jacob said 20 years. Yeah, so it's been 20 years. That's still a while. That's still a long time ago-ish in the movie realm.
I mean, it's pushing 30 years, dude. 2027, baby.
Yeah, we're not far off.
All right. Oh, God. Just like I'm pushing 30.
Okay. All right, deliberation time. All right, I'm gonna cast the first vote here. I tell you who I'm feeling this round. It was well fought, and also I really love both of these movies too. Just kind of get that in there as in general. But
I honestly think both these movies were maybe the best case scenarios for you guys.
Yeah, they really were. I mean, you guys struck it pretty good there. I mean,
maybe something like Treasure Planet or Atlantis would have been a good fight too, but generally speaking, you landed on some good ones.
I mean, the Russos are going to be involved in Hercules, so I mean, actually, we'll see. Okay. All right, my vote. I got to tell you, you know who's not cutting the mustard? Let me tell you, who's not cutting the mustard. This debate's Gabby, man. Gabby that was just atrocious, but Gabby fought that. I'm kidding. Gabby, on that point, man, you got it. You impressed me very much this round.
Oh, really?
Yes, Gabby has I just want to make her sweat a little bit there. Just to see.
Yeah, you have no idea how much I am actually sweating right now. I mean, it is 88 degrees outside, but this thing is so stressful. I'm like, God help.
No. Seriously, Gabby, I was very impressed with your ass. Wanted to make it diametrically about no, seriously, this was very good. I mean, I think it made some really strong points, but leaning on the social justice angle, the whole, the accepting people, except people are okay, really good stuff there. So very impressed. You get my point, but let's see how you fare with the other guys. Tiki.
All right. Well, Laura, you almost lost it for me when you suggested that you cut Hellfire, because you don't do that. Hellfire is the backbone of that whole movie. But I'm gonna have to give the vote to Laura, because I feel like Laura made a lot of sense from like a business point of view, and like, like it's just a really fun take on a Disney movie. And honestly, with Gabby, I feel like she made a lot of good points regarding the social equality thing. And I feel like that's mostly what she focused on. I wasn't hearing a lot about what the movie could be besides the equality stuff. Whereas with Laura, I felt like Laura was giving a lot of good examples. She had casting in mind. She cited the CGI horse and stuff like that. So I definitely got a better picture of what the Hercules movie could be through Laura. So she's who I give my vote to.
Yeah.
All right, Mickey fan. All eyes on you, kiddo.
Oh.
Put under a catch me if you can lens. Just sign the paper who you want to side with here, Mickey fan.
I need to talk this out because on Laura's side with Hercules, I think that's definitely a movie that is going to live and die by who is cast in that movie. And if the wrong people get cast, if I see Chris fucking Pratt as Hercules,
Oh hell no!
Hey,
Oh hell no!
Don't bash Pratt. Come on.
Chris Pratt is the worst Chris.
Oh, come on.
I'll agree
That's
to
not
that.
fair.
I'll sign off on that.
Come on.
I
You're
know,
saying that because he's in your
Name a worse
franchise.
Chris, Dragon. Name a worse Chris.
I mean, Hemsworth has not always had his stunning moments, but
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not Evans, that's for sure.
I know that's what I'm saying. Evans is de facto the best Chris, no question. I won't have anyone say
Absolutely.
otherwise, but
And I will say that Chris Pine has risen in the ranks recently.
I'm saying it's always between Pine and possibly Hemsworth as the lower tier Chris. I don't know.
All right, fair enough. I just think I'm with Mickey fan. I think Chris Pratt, he knows how to play one character really well, but
I feel that we're getting sidetracked here.
Are we really?
Again, fate's hanging the balance here, Mickey fan. Continue with your point.
But I on that note, I like that Laura brought up that casting aspect of, it does need a really good cast, and but I think I'm talking myself into Laura's corner.
Okay. Well, are you in the corner or are you not? I need to know if you're tiptoeing, man.
I'm tiptoeing. I'm gonna give it to Laura.
Okay, it means Laura gets the point. It's 1-1 right now.
By a hair.
Cool.
By a hair.
Now that the points are actually assigned, can I say something else? Okay, I totally loved Gabby's pitch, but you said you're supposed to believe, or at least act like you believe your pitch. So that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
But Gabby was really good. I'm all the social justice thing.
I was having such a hard time finding something for this godforsaken movie because as much as I love it, I cannot imagine how good this would do as a live action. With that being said,
it would be a live action Hunchback would be a cult classic.
if you don't mind me saying, excuse my French, but that would be a shit show, okay? I cannot, everyone would be like on one side or the other. There would be, yeah, social justice, and the other people be, okay, hellfire, done.
Exactly. We don't need to divide this country. Disney needs to unite this country.
Yeah.
Sorry, I made myself sick just by saying that.
So we got a lot of good comments.
We got a lot of
here.
comments. I'll go through them really quick.
Jacob?
All right.
So Josh Gad is indeed he is early casting for Quasimodo.
I hope that actually sticks. I think he'd be good.
I gotta say, I do love Gabby's idea of just actually getting a legitimately disabled person for the role, but I feel like Josh Gad, in terms of just like an actor, for lack of like someone who already has like a big presence in Hollywood, I don't think you can get much better than Gad.
I mean, looking at the animated movie, I would go with Gad, but I mean, you never think about the whole death angle with Quasimodo. So by that logic,
I could totally
there's a
see
key.
Josh Gad belting out there too.
Yeah.
I like the idea with the actor thing, but as a disabled and lack of ability person here, I would much rather have someone who actually had what Quasimodo had
No, of
over
course, of
someone
course.
wearing prosthetics, because it already now is a big debate in Hollywood with the disability community, because it's like, why are we having normal, abled, not necessarily normal, excuse it, more abled people playing what we could be playing? You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I think that as much as Josh Gad would do a great job, I would respect Disney much more by finding someone who actually does have the hunchback, or if they do play upon the deaf part from the book, that they actually bring someone who is deaf, or
Well, you know
something
that
like
you know that in the Broadway show they had someone play Quasimodo who is deaf, right?
Really?
And that's
You know, that's
great.
cool. And that's what I was pushing on with you, is like, Hollywood doesn't do that yet. So what makes you think they do it now? Was the argument I was
Right.
trying to put in.
And I hate that they don't. I think that they should, because what's the point of taking a more abled person
You
and
know what?
putting
We're
him in
gonna
the
put
shoes?
Brian Cranston in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
No, I'm
did that.
sick of everyone making a case that he was good in that movie.
Dragon, I will maintain that that I feel like Giancarlo Esposito is having the career that everyone was expecting Brian Cranston to have post
But
Breaking
again, you
Bad.
haven't even seen the one. He was really good in the one and only Ivan too. He's
Yeah,
been delivering when he
fair,
showed
but
up.
I still don't think One and Only Ivan is like the game-changing role.
It's
that we
not.
all
You're
wanted
right.
from
Not the game changer, but it's consistency anyway.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay, so comments. Claude Coringa definitely agrees. Hellfire in live action would look awesome and badass. Yes, I agree. Claude, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that voice. Okay, Ariana Grande is Meg. I'm not an Ariana
I
Grande
think a lot of people have
fan.
been saying that lately.
Really?
Good word, like,
I don't. I disapprove, but that's my
I
opinion.
love this casting though. This is
Yeah,
this
I liked
needs
that.
to happen.
I'm
Yeah,
here for
that's
this.
funny.
I saw that, but I didn't know if I could take from the comment, so I didn't say it out
We
loud.
would prefer you don't. We would prefer you don't, Laura.
Okay, well then I did it right. Yay.
You did. Good
Lots
job.
of people have been championing this. Danny DeVito reprising his role as Phil.
He
Yeah.
That would be good.
Absolutely.
He can't not do
Did
that.
we all just forget how bad James Earl Jones was as Mufasa?
It doesn't matter. This is Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito is a god.
All
Yes.
right, fine. James Earl Jones
He
just
is a miniature god.
Yes, he is. 10 out of 10 could not agree more.
James Earl Jones as Mufasa was painful, dude. It was just painful.
So was the rest of the movie, but
All right, I have a quick thing before. I know we're live. I have to use the restroom. Give me like 5 seconds. I drank way too much water.
Okay, good. So I can go off on James Earl Jones and the Lion King.
don't
for a
go on.
second.
Read
Yes.
other comments.
Good
No,
luck.
can I just say one thing? Like
No.
there's a moment in Lion King 2019 where Simba's like, "Wow, Dad, the Pride Land is going to be mine one day," and James Earl Jones just gives the most like morose, like, "Yes, yes, yes."
It's painful. Anyways, let's see, Hugh Bonneville or Christopher Lloyd as Judge Frollo. Ooh, man,
There's so many good Frollos you could do.
Yep.
Personally, I could see Jude Law as a good Frollo.
I love me some Jude Law, man.
I
That'd be
would
cool.
love that.
Yeah. You know who I've always wanted to see Jude Law play?
Who?
The Scarecrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Tom Holland
wait,
is
wait, wait.
Hercules. I'm not sure about that.
The perfect description I've given for the type of person who needs to play Hercules is someone with the personality of a Tom Holland or a Timothy Chalamet, and the physical appearance of a Hemsworth.
Well, here's the thing. He'd be Tom Holland would be
Channing
perfect for
Tatum.
Sorry, what?
So Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum is too old.
Well, here's the tricky thing. Okay, the thing with Hercules is that again, young Hercules, Tom Holland would be perfect for, but older Hercules, like a Channing Tatum, I could buy that in the role. That's what I'm saying. That's the tricky
Tom
part.
Holland, Channing Tatum. There you go.
Okay,
Perfect.
I'm back.
Okay. We're just still going through dream castings.
Okay,
Gabby,
real quick,
your
Claude
comment.
says Giancarlo as Hades, which that's I love Giancarlo about anything.
You know,
About
if James Woods hadn't gone down the fucking rabbit hole that he's in currently,
you know what's interesting though, he loves that role. He would come back for it if they
I
asked
would
him.
champion a live action Hades with
Oh,
James
absolutely.
Woods. I would champion that
Same.
if it
Absolutely.
weren't for current events.
Same. Absolutely.
All right. So let's see. Channing Tatum would be great. Let's see. Dragon, any other casting that I'm missing here?
Well, I mean, again, they mentioned earlier kind of a Pratt as Hercules thing that kind of worked its way into the thing. Let's see. Jude Law would be great. Jahan? I don't know what that means. Anyway, Jude Law is set to be Captain Hook apparently in something. I don't know what that's all about.
Wait, Jahan? Yeah, I don't know who Jahan is.
I don't know who John, but the point is Jude Law is set to play Captain Hook in something else though. I don't know if they're. Are they doing that? Is the Peter Pan thing confirmed or?
Dude, there's been so many different Peter Pans. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're redoing it again. Can they not?
Like the
Do you know
eighth one
how
or
many
something?
Peter Pans there are? Yeah, the
Yes,
10th.
I'm
Like
aware.
the 10th. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
The 2003 Peter Pan was just so perfect. Why do you need to redo it again?
I'm tired of the
2003
redo.
Peter Pan was weird.
It was kind of whack. I will say.
I love it.
It was weird in the sense that it was almost too straight of an adaptation of the book.
Oh, Jacob
Yeah.
says Frollo's brother was that's Jahan apparently.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I didn't know he had a
That
brother
makes
in the book. I had no idea.
I
did
never
not
read the book.
either.
I read the book. That's even more depressing than the film.
Oh, I bet.
Well, I know that
what
much.
goes
I'm pretty
on.
sure Esmeralda doesn't make it out of the story, if I remember correctly. And it's in the stage version too, according to Monkey. Okay, so I think we can move on then.
All right. Oh shoot. Let me scroll up to this Tom Holland's comment. His Hercules comment.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, there it is. Wow, that was way up there. Okay, sorry about that.
Apparently, we're very pro Tom Holland, at least as young Hercules.
As younger.
And he's perfect as young Hercules. Honestly, Tom Holland would be good for you. If they did the Peter Pan thing, it wouldn't be a bad choice for that either. But let's
I can
not.
see that.
I
Okay.
can see Tom Holland as Peter Pan.
Very good in a lot of things, that Holland kid.
I don't know. I don't know about Peter Pan. I'm kind of a Peter Pan purist, so it really has to be good, or it's just nah.
Okay. So
yes, I also remember Christopher Walken playing Captain Hook.
I saw
It is unforgettable. It is truly unforgettable.
Okay.
All right.
So round 3. Okay, now it's tied up right now, folks. Laura got a point, Gabby got a point. We're gonna see who gets the next point. All right, so I adored the Art of Animation exhibit at Disney World, and it turns out, which course that featured Mushu quite prominently. It was quite fun. And now unfortunately that exhibit's gone, and now Mushu's gone from the Mulan remake, so the hits just keep on coming. So I say let's remedy that right now. I want you ladies to pitch a new Mushu attraction. So we're just gonna we know I don't know what you guys have cooked up, so we're just gonna start with Laura, and you're gonna give me the pitch in your opening statement, and then to Gabby with her opening, and then you guys are gonna fight it out. Okay?
All right. So the way I think of it was Mushu would be a perfect roller coaster ride. You know, a fast dragon, and then you go through you have different scenes, but you've got the fireworks at the end. And that's my opening statement. I'll do a much better pitch, but last time I did the pitch first, so I'm trying to do it in the right order.
Okay.
Okay, so basically what she said I first had planned out, but then I realized that it's a very basic idea. Not saying that your idea is basic, I just mean that everyone would have thought of it because it obviously is the perfect roller coaster ride. So it would obviously be it's a perfect ride. So I had to come up with a different idea because I knew someone was going to do it. So my idea was actually based on one of the movie scenes, but a little bit different. So, but based on the avalanche scene.
All right. Okay, I guess let's just fight it out.
Let's fight it out.
Okay, so I think it should be a roller coaster, and I think, you've got the super, you've got it shaped like Mushu, so you've got like you can't see me because I'm not on camera, but that kind of snake like lizard dragon that, the seats of the roller coaster, and then you've got, shaped like Mushu, and then you've got his voice, like the different quotes going on in the background, just kind of like It's a Small World, but faster and more like tips and turns instead of just a nice little boat ride. And so you've got that going, and then you've got at the end you'd have fireworks shooting off, just like kind of at the end of the last scene that he's, in the movie. Not the last scene, but the big scene with the emperor and stuff like that. And I just think it would be good for that. I think I wouldn't use the scene from, I don't know what your plan is, the scene from the avalanche, but that would be part of it. And you'd have like little snow glittery things kind of going over, like oh no, I'm gonna hit the snow, but it's not really, because it's just pretend. But it's kind of like, I just remember the rides I liked growing up were all the storytelling rides. So it was like the story, but if it's Mushu attraction, then it would definitely be a roller coaster.
So I will tell you mine in just a little bit. I just wanted to counteract what you just said while it's still fresh. I absolutely agree. The storytelling would definitely hit. That being said, it would kind of be hard, or would kind of be lost in translation with a roller coaster. So unless it's a kiddie roller coaster, I don't think that the message would get across well, because it's going too fast for you to really understand what's going on. So unless you make it like Everest, where it's clear, it's fast, but it's clear, then I could see you getting somewhere. But if you have all of these scenes and a really fast roller coaster, you might actually miss the point, and it'll be fun, but you don't really get to enjoy all of the scenes with that. With that being said, mine might be a little off, but I just kind of saw the opportunity and I was going to take it. So in the movie, when they're about to hit the Huns, right when head dude, can't remember his name, someone kind of throw it out to me, please.
Shinyu.
Thank you. God help us all. Okay, right when he goes and he slashes her stomach, that area, that part. Okay, right before that, she is riding, and Mushu's on her back. The kind of ride that this is you are Mushu. So it's a similar idea. You're Mushu, but you're on her back, okay? You're riding, you see all of a sudden she grabs you, she lights the big firework, and you're just diving towards the avalanche. So we then get to see this part of the scene as Mushu, because we have no idea what happens to Mushu when he gets hit into the avalanche, not until he starts riding the shield. So we basically get to play out what happens when he hits the avalanche and how he goes down. And then you get to see him on the shield. Again, we are Mushu, so we're on the shield. You have snow thrown here, snow thrown there. You're just riding down. You almost hit something, but it moves. Kind of this fast action thing. And then once you get towards the end, you fall off the cliff, you get pulled up, and everything's safe. I wasn't sold on it myself at first, but the more I thought of it, the more I was like, well, they could play with things here and there. Obviously, be like a screen ride, and that's that. Now it's really quiet.
Well, yeah, because you're trying to kill each other here. So let's just keep it going.
Okay, so that does sound fun, and that does sound like a good ride. I just think, when I think of Mushu, I think light and fast and kind of, that whole like lizard versus snake versus dragon joke. And I just think that he would make a good roller coaster. And I think you could have it be either an adult roller coaster or kiddie roller coaster, or why not do both and do like one for the adults and one's for the kids. It's a little, because being someone who's only 3 feet tall, I never got to go on roller coasters because I couldn't. So even a little kid's roller coaster, like that's why I liked all the story rides because those were the only rides I could get on. So if you took the kid one and made it just ratcheted up a little bit, I think that would be fun.
I agree with that. With that being said, unfortunately, we can only have one ride. So the kiddie ride absolutely makes sense, but then it would have to be a kiddie roller coaster, and those tend to last 30 seconds or less. So it would be really hard to be able to put all of the stuff that you want in or all the stuff that you explained into this one small kiddie roller coaster. So I do agree. It would make a great roller coaster, and especially with the dragon thing and the fire and the fireworks, it's really cool. With that being said, it would be really hard to put all of that in one ride. With mine, as whack as it sounds, you'd be able to put all of this stuff in, and it'd be one of those like a motion ride. So you'd have the screen, obviously, because you're watching it, and as soon as you feel a bump, you jump up. You're able to feel like how cold it is because you're part of the avalanche. It's cold, and you get to hear Mushu talking off, and you get to see little Cricky kind of moves the camera to Cricky, talks, moves the camera back up, swish, move around. It's kind of like one of those high intense, but you're not actually going to die because it's just a motion ride on a screen. And anyone can go on it because it's not a big roller coaster deep ride. It's a ride for everyone. So it's all inclusive.
Okay.
These things get harder and harder.
They
as
do.
time goes on.
That's the thing. You got to earn those points, man. All right, Mickey fan, where are you leaning? That's comforting.
You
Mickey
always
fan, what do you got?
You always sound so disappointed.
I think I'm gonna give it to Gabby this time.
All right.
Wow.
Tiki.
I am also going to give it to Gabby. I think that Laura had a good idea for a ride vehicle, but I didn't hear all that much about the ride itself other than like, oh yeah, we're revisiting scenes from Mulan. And what I like about Gabby's is that it took an interesting perspective on an iconic scene. And sometimes when Disney does that with their dark rides, they do it really freaking well, and it ends up being some of their best. I mean, I know this isn't a dark ride per se, but still, it's I don't know. My point is, I feel like Gabby's was a little bit more fleshed out.
All right, not that it matters, but I'll give my vote here because obviously Gabby's gotten the point at this juncture. But I also was going to vote Gabby.
Wow.
Because Gabby's got a clean sweep here, and here's the thing. So Laura, it's I love the fireworks payoff there. I love just kind of like again, I'm pretty much echoing exactly what they said right now because again, I do like the ride vehicle. I do like kind of the gimmick there, and again, kind of like Mushu through the segments. But I gotta tell you, that the POV of Mushu, it's like a great thing. Like it's almost like a short film, like what happened on the way to this sort of thing with a ride. It's like. What happened? What would it be like from Mushu's perspective when he's sliding down that mountain? Because he does just kind of get blown off there in that can. It's like we know he's indestructible, so obviously he's okay. So it's like, how could you miss? Like, what happens after that? So that's a great idea, and again, great kind of like little cell of a ride. It's kind of hard to beat. I don't have to tell you, but yeah, Gabby's got the point, which means Gabby's got 2, Laura's got 1, and now we get to the optional feature of our show, the lucky coin. So guys, it's your call. Laura, do you want to flip the coin? You want to try your luck? It's optional. No one's twisting your arm.
No, I know. I'm thinking.
Okay, take your time.
I'm gonna go with no.
Nope.
I did think about it, but I'm not the best with games of chance, so I probably shouldn't push my luck, so to speak.
She's not a gambling woman.
Oh no, it's the opposite, which is why I'm trying to make a wise choice.
Yes, Jacob, I know cricket coin, but I was inspired by cricket with the lucky coin. That's what I was going for.
Okay.
All right, Gabby, you
Oh,
feeling
God.
lucky? Do
God,
you?
no. I'm surprised. I'm surprised I even have 2 points here. I am not going to risk this.
All right, okay, we're ditching the coin.
That's it for the
Yeah.
coin, Dragon. No more.
That's it for the coin.
Okay.
Yes, the coin died. We're leaving that alone.
Definitely don't need the randomizer. Okay, folks, now we reach the speed round. Okay, now, girls, the speed round goes like so, okay? Whoever speaks first goes first. And a timer is going to be involved. You're going to make a 30-second statement. Whoever goes first, then it's going to go to the other person for 30 seconds, then back to you for a 15-second rebuttal, and vice versa. 30 seconds followed by a 15-second rebuttal. We got that?
Wait, what are we making the argument of?
Well, I'm saying these questions that you do not know, these are going to be like questions that we can have all stashed away for you here. These kind of brief, little less intricate questions. Just we're going to hit you with some questions with a timer attached to them.
Perfect.
All right, Jacob's saying the blur's back, but it looks good on my end.
Oh, it's gone now.
Yeah,
I think it might have been there for a moment with the coin, but again,
It was.
Weird. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, and also for the audience, speaking of Jacob and company and our little friends down there, guys, we're taking audience questions. So, again, if you have a good enough question, we're probably going to use it, and you get to decide who gets the point. That's right, ladies. Your fate could be in the hands of the audience. So, they might pitch us some questions. They might. I don't know. Some people in your corner in there, Gabby. I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't push him, though.
Come on, Jacob.
I treat them all nice. Like
Jacob just spammed the chat with questions so we can read it for Gabby.
well, we'll see. We have we got Jacob, we got Monkey, we got Claudie, we got maybe more. Who knows? But that's
I'd like to see Monkey throw out a question because I don't. As far as I know, he never has. So Rob, if you're watching.
Well, we'll see. Well, girls, we do have some questions at the ready, and we're going to start.
Also, just to clarify this, first to 5 points wins the game.
Yeah, the first to 5 points wins the game, and right now it's Gabby's got 2, Laura's got 1. Don't forget, guys, once you get a second point on the board there, the wager becomes actable upon both of you. Anyone who feels like it, you can say, "I want to wager a point on this." Just say it before the question, okay?
It's never going to happen, Dragon.
Well, fine.
I'm sorry. You sound so defeated there.
I wish you would have said, maybe let's not do this before anyway. So it's just okay. So also we have some Disney-themed kind of topical questions here. So not all just Mulan, but a few other like stuff that's happened this month with Disney. Okay. All right. In light of the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer,
Oh, God.
which existing, as it's made, you can watch it, all that sort of stuff, which existing live-action Disney remake do you improve by adding Baby Yoda?
I like that.
Baby Yoda makes
There's
everything
a
better.
correct answer to this, and it's all of them.
So girls, you can't miss. You really can't miss. Like name any live-action or live-action in quotes, given some of them.
So it's any live-action film that can be improved.
Yes, by Baby Yoda.
Disney live action remake.
Yeah, one of the live-action Disney remakes. Like, which one do you say? You can't have Baby Yoda playing a character. Just throw him in there with a bunch. Like, he exists as himself in the movie.
Oh my gosh, this is a terrible question.
There's a lot to pick from, man.
This is terrible.
We'll see if Laura goes first. Though whoever names it first has to go first. Maybe Laura is factoring on that. I don't know.
I would go with The Lion King.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Because all that I've heard tonight has pointed to it not being, at least in some people's minds, that good of a film. So, and everybody loves the child or Baby Yoda, however you want. So that would just take something that may not have been the best and just push it higher up on the ratings.
All right. Okay.
I don't believe in this question. Star Wars should only stay in Star Wars. But with that being said, this is a bunch of trash. I'm gonna pick the Jungle Book because it makes more sense in my head for this little creature thing to be around jungle creatures versus savannah creatures. I don't know why. Honestly, it's the first thing I thought of because this question's terrible. So
Well, that hurts my feelings a little bit. We're gonna just go through it anyway.
no, no, it's not meant
All
to
right.
hurt you. It's meant because Star Wars should only stay in Star Wars.
All right. Okay. 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock. Laura, whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay. Back to what I said. Okay,
Yep.
go. All right. I think the child or Baby Yoda, whoever is the right
Call him
phrasing.
Baby Yoda.
Okay,
Whatever
that's
you
what I
like.
like. Baby Yoda should be in The Lion King. Think about it. He can be with like Timon and Pumbaa and be someone that Simba meets in the jungle. And think of how that journey would just be different and even cooler. Like, not that Timon and Pumbaa aren't cool, but this would just raise that cool factor. And he could teach him like some sort of like Jedi trick to like help him defeat Scar at the end or something.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
You can literally say the same thing about the Jungle Cruise with Mowgli because you have some animal you're defeating in the end. So sure, Baby Yoda can be part of Mowgli, which I find wrong, but whatever. He can be part of the jungle. He can, dance with them, clap with them, raise what the hell his name is up out of the water because I forgot his name. So yeah, and then at the end he can defeat whoever the hell he needs to defeat, and he can be all cute and shit. So
All right, 15 seconds, Laura.
Okay.
Jungle Book. Sorry, Jacob.
Yeah, I still think Baby Yoda would improve The Lion King, and I think it's just the cute factor. I mean, think about that cute little, and yes, it would go well in the Jungle Book too, but there's something about The Lion King that needs a little lightening up. Again, it's a little sad. We need a little kind of like ping.
But with that being said, you could argue the same thing about the Jungle Book because the Jungle Book's a little sad too. I mean, this is dude who grows up in the jungle, and at the end he kind of leaves to go be with his human people, and he loses all his friends. So Baby Yoda could do the exact same thing in the Jungle Book by lightening up and making it a little more fun. I mean, there's still music there too.
Okay, just to clarify something, he does not leave in the remake.
Does he not? I haven't
No.
watched it in so long.
The remake literally just ends with him, Bagheera, and Baloo chilling in a tree together.
Okay,
Which
well
was
then,
a happy ending. You gotta be honest.
well then he can lighten it up even more by being cute and the cute
Of
factor.
course, the irony being Favreau has directed the Jungle Book, and of course, a little connectivity there with Baby Yoda.
True. Whatever Dragon said. Boom.
And he directed Lion King as well, so...
No,
Yeah.
we're gonna pretend it didn't exist.
Oh, I know.
Well,
That's
very
the one thing for
Favreau link. Just
Favreau.
to kind of notice that. There's a possibility of Baby Yoda popping up in either of these pictures.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay. Anyway, seriously, you know who I'm gonna judge this round? I'm gonna call this round
Ooh.
Mickey fan. Mickey fan, all you, buddy. 'Cause I didn't want Liam to, but you're gonna call it.
Lion King. And
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because The Lion King 2019 is an abomination on celluloid. Like all emotion and its attempt to shot-for-shot remake one of the most beautiful Disney animated movies. And Baby Yoda would add even the slightest bit of emotion into that soulless train wreck of a movie.
I don't. Nope. But Baby Yoda doesn't belong in any of these. But
All right, guys. All right, let's move on here. Okay, so Laura's got the point, 2-2.
Yep.
Dragon, do you want to just re-emphasize what the God, I'm sorry,
Really? A wager?
Yeah, the wager. Thank you.
Again, before we get to the next question, if you guys want to invoke the wager, you can. In which basically you both ante up a point, and the winner of the round walks away with the round point and their opponent's point. Therefore, they get 2 points instead of just getting 1 point.
And if you do it, then the opponent
opponent's
has to
down
go
one.
for it, right, Dragon?
Yes, your opponent has to go for it, and
So there's nothing to lose if you go for it besides the point. But if you're feeling lucky,
yeah.
And Dragon, can you do it? Can you do it after the question is revealed?
Yes, but yeah, you can. But I guess you can after the question's revealed. Sure, yeah.
How about after the question's revealed, but before we start getting answers?
That's what I'm saying. Before you get the answer.
So, like, if you hear a question that you really like, you have to kind of like just like lightning fire, just like wager.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Should we go to another? Should we go to another question? Or should we go to a fan one?
We've got a lot of fan questions, so let's. I would jump to one of those maybe.
Oh God.
Okay, let's see. What's one's gonna be rather agonizing for our guest here? Let me see.
I see one that Jacob threw out that I really like.
I was about to
No,
say, is it the last one?
Not that last
Dragon?
one.
Come on, please, for me. Come on. I had a rough day, Dragon.
You did a bad this whole debate.
Come on, Dragon, please.
Fine.
All right.
Fine.
Yay.
Tick me off, though. Never again.
Uh-huh.
All right. Which Disney character would be the best survivor?
Wager.
You sounded like you gave up on all existence when you asked that.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting there,
did.
sir. I'm getting there.
Can I wager?
He has a...
Yes!
Yeah. You want to wager, Laura?
I do. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I feel like doing it.
Okay, go. Go for it. Go for
All
it.
right.
All right.
Do I start then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to name the first character. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hercules.
Hercules. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Do I keep going or? Is
Well,
it
no,
good?
Gabby has to pick first.
Gabby has to
Okay.
name
Sorry,
one,
just
yeah.
checking.
All right, Yen Sid.
Jensen. Ooh, interesting choice. Interesting choice.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's Gabby. Also, Jacobs has noticed me. Dragon Senpai.
Jacob, notice me, Dragon Senpai.
You know, so rarely do I hear the whole senpai thing. It's so funny. All right.
So Jacob, you are going to be the one that judges this round, even though I
Yes.
think I should judge it because I know more about Survivor than Jacob does. But
Too bad.
I tell you what, Jacob will give the official point, and then I will weigh in with my 2 cents as a Survivor fan. All right.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. And remember, whoever wins this round gets 2 points, and their opponent loses 1. Okay.
Oh,
No pressure.
God. No.
So basically, whoever wins this is going to be down. Is going to be up 3-1.
Yep.
All right. So Laura, you go first with 30 seconds.
Okay. So I picked Hercules because I've also watched Survivor, and Hercules is strong. He's the Greek. I mean, it's outwit, outlast, outplay, and he would definitely. I know he would outlast, and I think if he learns anything from Meg, he could outwit and outplay too. So if he takes those lessons to heart, he's strong and he's clever. And then of course he can manipulate too because he's dated Meg. So
Right.
So that would be my.
All right, here we go. I picked Yen Sid because he's a magical bitch. I mean, he literally could bring into existence anything as long as he. With his hat, he can. I mean, I know his hat's mostly the magical part with it. But that being said, yes, Hercules can. Hercules is a buff dude. Wicked, for sure. 10 out of 10 could not agree more. That being said, if he doesn't learn the wit from Meg or he doesn't learn the manipulation, he's kind of just this buff dude walking around not knowing what the hell to do. While Yen Sid has that kind of masterful wisdom.
My turn?
Yeah, 15 seconds.
Okay, sorry. Yes, but okay.
Hold
Yes,
on.
but
I'll restart. Go ahead.
sorry. Ready, set, go. Okay, yes, but he's not. Part of the game is you can be clever and you can be manipulative, but if you don't have the strength, like there were a lot of people that just did not survive. They didn't get through the game because they weren't strong enough, and Hercules has that going for him. And I think if you outlast everyone with the physical challenges, then you
Time,
can.
Laura. Time.
Oh, sorry, it kept going. Sorry.
It's all good. Okay, Gabby, 15.
15 seconds goes
Yep.
fast.
It does. It does.
This is fact.
All right. With that being said, as much as he has the physical attributes of it, there have been a lot of people that have won Survivor that were not strong enough. They actually used their wit. They actually played upon their relationships and friendship with people. That being said, Yen Sid can create anything that he wants. He may seem like a villainy guy, but he could actually manipulate whoever he wants.
Okay, Jacob. Their fate's in your hands, buddy.
Gabby, I always forget that you're a Survivor fan. I'm terribly sorry.
It's all good, man.
Like, we've talked about this before.
We have. We've discussed episodes before.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. All right, so Jacob, we're waiting on your opinion. I don't want to give mine quite yet because I don't want to influence Jacob. All right. Dragon, we going for a general question next, or should we pick out another fan question?
Let's go with one I have. Then we'll go back to the fan question. See if we get any more and more to sift through.
Sounds good.
But I think there's a question for us, Tiki, just in general. I think Claudie's down here. Maybe we should answer that because I think it's for us.
It looks like it. What Disney should we answer, the character one or the voice actor one?
The character one.
What Disney character would you love to have on? So
I know which one I would want to.
What?
Well, like Mickey. It's a boring answer, but
you
Mickey.
basic bitch.
Oh, we have a winner for the round, by the way.
Oh, we do. Okay. Gabby wins. Okay.
All right, Gabby wins, which means Gabby gets the point, keeps her point, and Laura's down to 1 point. Sad but true.
So I get 2 points?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you get to keep your point, and you won the point.
Holy crap, that was stressful.
Laura, I have 2 words for you in regards to why Hercules would not do well on Survivor, all right?
Okay.
Merge threat.
Oh my gosh, fact.
Right?
Yeah.
He would he is a poster child for the guy who would coast through the pre-merge, but then come the merge, everyone would be looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's good. You have a good point.
All right.
I liked how you touched on the strength factor, though. Absolutely. But I noticed a lot of the people that end up winning, they didn't actually use their strength. They did.
Sean Cochran.
Absolutely. They outwitted and they made relationships, and it was more about the connection for a lot of those people.
Very, very seldomly will you have a winner that's purely physical strength.
Right.
Mike Holloway is about the only one that I can think of.
Let me just point this out, that Hercules is the ultimate Disney himbo. He is all muscle and no brains. He has no wit to him.
Oh God! All right. Okay, so Dragon, you said you had a question. Let me take this question.
I've actually just realized something.
What?
Actually, I think Gabby technically has 4 points.
Yes.
Yeah, because she got the round. She gets to
Oh
keep.
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. She kept her point. She won the point, and she got Laura's point, which means so Gabby's at 4. Which means if Gabby gets the next one, she wins.
Oh God, Laura's got an uphill battle. I'm sorry,
Laura. You gotta hang in there, buddy.
It's okay. I'm learning, so if you have me back next time, I'll just be meaner.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know, Laura. I dig you. I don't think you should change so you want to be an Imagineer.
I honestly think Laura and Gabby should just be best friends.
Yeah.
It's either best friends or mortal enemies, so we'll see how that goes by the end of this.
We'll see who wins.
Either Vegeta to her Goku, I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
All right, yeah. So I have a question. I'm sure it's going to float everybody's boat of late. Big topical thing.
Oh boy.
Okay, so in light of the enchanted tale of Beauty and the Beast in Tokyo Disney,
Yes.
got me thinking. This is all great and dandy, but you know what? What Pixar movie should get the trackless exploratory treatment next?
Oh no.
What Pixar movie?
Yeah, what Pixar movie should get like the Beauty and the Beast
Okay,
Tokyo Disney treatment? Essentially, what should be modeled after that ride, but a Pixar movie?
Coco.
All right.
Do I have to give my argument, or am I waiting for Laura?
Yeah, waiting for Laura.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I would say Up.
Okay, Laura's got up. All right, whenever you're ready, Gabby.
Both are really depressing.
Mhm.
The thing with Coco and being a trackless is that you have so much animation in Coco, and the amount of color and detail that was put into all of the scenes. You could literally pick any scene to be a good scene. I think the one that would be the most, though, is when they actually get to the other side and you just see all of these buildings for Dia de los Muertos and everything. It really makes an impact. You can go through the streets, you can see all of the music and the mariachi, and really feel the power of the scene that you're in. Trying to talk fast.
So good.
All right. I think Up would be a good one because you've got a kind of a idea for a ride right there. Everyone's in a little house with a big balloon with a bunch of balloons, and they go up and you explore. You've got the ship that I can't remember who the guy was on the ship, but you've got that. You've got the crazy bird thing, and it's a good adventure, and that's a lighthearted part of the film. And I like rides that go in the air. I really do. I like those spinning and flying things.
I guess my counter would be that one, it's a trackless ride, so I have a hard time. I don't know how they would actually get that up in the air. I mean, they could try to pretend. It's same with Ratatouille of having the screens. But with that being said, with Coco, you can have screens, but you can also have animatronics. You can have talking. You could go in and out, and there would just be a lot more detail and laughter.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting sleepy. No, it's a good idea. I just think that you're right, but you could get the sensation not on a track, but like those films, when you're sitting in your seat and you feel like your feet are dropping out beneath you, but you're not really. That kind of thing.
Okay, I'm going to call this one. So this, again, they've really had two excellent choices, of course, Coco and Up. I mean, you can't go wrong with either. Love the ideas, but I gotta tell you, I think Laura really got me on this one. Like she really painted the picture about the house ride vehicles. Again, I think she covered her point when Gabby kind of lobbed the whole trackless thing at her with the whole sensation of with the legs. So yeah, I'm going Laura for this one, which means Laura's got 2 points, Gabby's got 4. Still could be Gabby's game, but we are going back to the comments for a question.
I vote for Claude's Animaniacs question.
What?
What sensational 6 Disney character would interest best with the Animaniacs?
Sensational.
It's sensational. I thought it was like Fabulous 5 or something.
It was the
what
Fab
is the
Five, but now
Sensational
apparently
Six?
it's Sensational 6. So
Who's the sixth?
okay, so it's Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Daisy, Pluto, and Minnie. It's those 6. Those
Put
6.
Daisy in the 6?
Yeah.
I guess.
No. I'm gonna go with Goofy.
Goofy. Okay.
Then I guess I'm going to go with Minnie.
Minnie. Okay.
Oh,
And Claude, hope you're watching, buddy, because you get to call this one.
Yes, you do, bro.
Okay.
Okay. Animaniacs, lighthearted, goofy, silly. It kind of goes along with Goofy and who he is. He's a little dim-witted, but that's okay. Animaniacs, I think there have been maybe a few episodes where they touch upon something more serious, but they really don't. They really are more lighthearted, goofy animations. So I feel like Goofy would interact best with them. I feel like he would understand them more than the other ones. I feel like the other ones would be a little bit more serious for the tone.
All right, and I picked Minnie because Minnie, to me, if I remember all the characters right, has the most patience. And the Animaniacs are fun and funny, but at some point they're going to come up with some sort of crazy idea that needs a little bit of reason. And I think Minnie, puts up with the rest of the gang, and I think she puts some reason in there. And so she'd interact with them. She'd be their straight man to their whatever. I can't remember how the joke goes. You've got the guy that says the joke and then the other guy that sets it up.
Do. With that being said, I completely understand. At the same time, At the same time, Minnie can be the voice of reason, and that's fine. That being said, though, I believe one of the characters, Vina, correct me if I'm wrong, she already kind of is the voice of reason and the one with the most patience anyways, so I feel like it'd kind of be moot bringing her in as well.
Well, I mean, that is a good point. I just think that I would, like, for example, I picked Minnie because I wouldn't pick Donald because he would just
No!
throw the whole thing out of whack by getting angry at them for being silly. And so I think Minnie can take their antics and either roll with them or hold them back if necessary. She's versatile.
All right, Claudie.
All right. Y'all are all sleeping on. Claude, yes, we are still good on Tuesday for DuckTales. Absolutely. I'll message you the schedule later when I know more. You all are sleeping on the comedic potential of Animaniacs just trolling the fuck out of Donald, man.
That was my first thought.
Donald,
You know what I was
Donald
thinking of?
would be such a good foil for the Animaniacs. Who were you thinking of, Dragon?
That's a good. Your Donald Duck point's good, but I was actually thinking Pluto.
I could see Pluto working, yeah.
I could and I couldn't. He would kind of just be there. Because
Also, technically, if you wanted to really dig
Pluto
in,
not just there, except for Pluto's Judgment Day.
if you wanted to be technical, the question is interact best with the Animaniacs. I never quite said the Warner Brothers. I mean, I could see Pluto interacting really well with Buttons from Indian
Oh,
Buttons.
that's a cheat, and you know it.
It's a bit of a cheat. I'm just saying if you also, I stand by Pluto and the Warners. I'm just saying if you wanted to be really coy, he's like, well, Maniacs, they're called the Warner Brothers, and the Warner sister Dot. It ain't exactly. I'm just saying.
All right, Rob made his judgment. He says Minnie.
Good job.
All right, so Laura's got 3. Gab's got 4.
Back, man. Laura's the comeback queen.
Look at that. You go.
All right, 3-4. We're still in this.
All right. Okay, let's let me go with another one I got here. All right. Okay, you guys want to do a Muppet question or a Mulan question?
We need to do a Muppet question. A Muppet question is mandatory.
It's
All
not
right.
Disney debates without a Muppet question.
Exactly.
Okay, it's a silly one though, but I'll give it a shot.
No.
All right,
Dragon
so
being silly?
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid.
all right, so I've been reading a lot lately,
Oh God.
and
Really?
yeah, really.
Really?
I've been
I
doing
didn't
a
know
lot
you
of-
could do that.
Sorry, I don't even
Actually,
know
too.
Wow. All right. Mickey Fan.
Do we have to put you in the corner, Mickey Fan?
That was so brutal.
I
I'm gonna put Mickey Fan in the corner.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna call this out. Mickey Fan did hurt Joker's feelings
I
legitimately
did.
last
I
night.
did, and I apologize. I
Like
apologize.
legitimately. Because last night we were going through the So You Want to Be an Imagineer projects, and Joker did some written feedback, and Mickey Fan was just brutally just like,
And I
screw
did
you and your
apologize.
opinion, Jokers. Your
I
opinion
don't
is
know,
bad and you should feel bad.
I have to admit, I low-key kind of dig Mickey Fan's vibe. It just makes sense. So, I mean, Be brutal, but damn, be you.
All right. Draken.
Anyway, so which Muppet would have the best memoir or tell-all book?
Oh God. You can either go classic character or you can go outside of that. These questions, man.
Gonzo.
Oh,
Thank
Gonzo,
you.
okay.
I'm so
Laura
glad you
chooses
picked something
Gonzo.
first.
Now, these are in character, by the way.
Say what?
These are in character, as in Gonzo has written a tell-all book and/or memoir.
Yes, no, I know.
I know you got it. I just want to make sure everybody gets it.
Do I have to talk like Gonzo? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no. I just mean like it's not, you can't talk about Dave Gold writing a
No.
book about Gonzo. It's got to be
Oh,
Gonzo
gotcha.
having written a book.
No, of
That's
course.
the-
Yeah, Gonzo. Gotcha. Okay.
No, this is rigged. This
Yeah,
is
sure, it's rigged.
Said
Yeah,
the
this
woman
is.
who at one point was up 1-4.
All right, I'm gonna go outside of the box, and this will probably get my ass kicked, but I'm gonna go with Beaker.
All right.
Yeah,
I could see it. I could totally see it.
these are both books I'd like to read. So let's see. Just in premise alone, let's just see. Let's see if you guys can back it up. All right,
boy.
Laura.
I think Gonzo would have the best memoir tell-all because Gonzo is kind of the weird. I don't want to say the weirdest one, but pretty much one of the weirdest ones in the bunch, and that's saying a lot. And he's got that whole thing with Camilla and the chickens, and maybe they have like a love child. I mean, I don't know what goes on between him and the chickens. I'm just saying, there's a lot and he's got. Then in one scene he goes to space or something like, and they say he might be a Martian or something. So there's just a lot to mine there. It's a gold mine. And Gonzo would write a book about himself because he's Gonzo.
Laura, I just want to state for the record that I have actually asked Gonzo in person about his love life, and he got very offended. It was
That's
beautiful.
why you never ask, you just speculate.
I know. But then I asked Dave Goals about Gonzo's love life, and he gave me the story of the origin of the chickens, so that was fun.
I don't know. I think my favorite part was the love child.
All right, Gabby?
Okay, so the idea behind Beaker is he obviously just says meep meep meep. So yeah,
The
and
book
we
would
have
literally just be like meep.
the book could either literally just be meep meep meep, and you would have the comedic factor of this whole ass book just saying meep with exclamation points and question marks, and it really like gets deep because you're like, oh my gosh, there's actually context here. I just don't know what the hell they're saying. Or it could go the more serious side of, even though he says meep, he actually writes real words and he tells this tragic tale of his life and how everything has gone down and all this stuff. So you really could win either way.
I have been on record as saying you can go back to the Muppets Now podcast and hear me say this. There is immense wisdom behind those meeps.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
All right.
Oh, God.
All right, are we rebutting or are we?
Yeah, rebuttal, Laura.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I still think Gonzo would be the best. He was in the movie and he had good scenes in the original movie with Kermit, so he kind of knows. He's kind of more of an insider. I think Beaker's a little bit of an outsider, so he wouldn't have as much juicy information. And I think Gonzo is just, again, Gonzo. I mean, I would read a book about Gonzo.
As much I understand the whole insider-outsider thing, I think what makes Beaker so good is that he is considered an outsider. So maybe he might not have as much dish on Piggy and Kermit, but he will have more understanding of what's going on in the real world. He could have, like I said, a bunch of wisdom in his meeps, or he could really say something with words written down. It's more about the outsider thing.
All right. You know what? I'm going to let Mr. Wise Guy answer the judgment.
Oh.
Go on, boyo.
I love how we all know who he's talking about when he says Mr. Wise
Also, I
Guy.
wanted to say for the record, he's turned to Mickey fan like 3 times, and not once has he turned to me. Just want to say I'm here too, Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon. What kind of crap is that?
Especially on the Muppets question. How cruel
Yeah,
are
like
you?
I literally don't think I've named a winner this whole speed round.
Are you sure? I could have sworn I turned to you for one.
No, I'm pretty sure. Like I gave my opinion on the Survivor one, but
Oh, that's why. That's what I was thinking. That's why.
Tiki, if I don't win this one, I'm sure you can do the next.
I'm gonna have to give it to Gonzo.
There
You
you,
know
go,
what?
Tiki.
Just to be sure of something here, I'm going to reject what Mickey fan said. I'm going to let Cheeky judge the round.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Ooh, someone's dying.
All right.
That's what happens when
All
I
right, so who
laugh.
do you pick, Tiki?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Beaker. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my gosh, really?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hate that. This is like La La Land 1. No, wait, Moonlight 1.
Oh,
The reason I'm going with Beaker is that I love the point that Gabby made of like you could literally have it both ways. Like you could have it just be a book that's literal meeps, or you could have it be, and honestly, I feel like just premise wise, Beaker would be such an interesting personality to dive into, because think of all the abuse that that guy has had done to him over the years. I mean, when I think of reading like a really juicy tell-all, I want someone who's been through some shit, and Beaker has been through some shit. So
Just the idea of Beaker just saying enough is enough and publishing this tell-all.
yeah, I love that. I love that, like,
How
as
awful
in premise,
Muppets
like
are.
in premise in the Muppets universe, it makes sense.
All right, with that,
I think
since I missed my guess here, that means Gabby has won.
that was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was a weird.
Like,
That was a weird delivery, Dragon. Gabby has
One.
All right.
oh my god! Wow.
I wanted to keep her guessing for a second there. Just
Yeah, it's my first time back in like 3 years, and I win a thing like that's whack.
it's awesome.
look who came back for the comeback, though.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, though, Laura, you really fought your way
Yeah.
back there.
You
I'm
did.
very
Oh
impressed.
my gosh!
Thank you.
Yeah.
I literally only won because someone changed the
I know,
person
right?
who was answering it. So.
Oh god.
No, she can blame Mickey fan for being a wise guy for that one.
Yeah, Mickey fan.
Well, technically, I was the one who pointed out that I hadn't been called on yet. So
Yeah,
It's all right.
but you weren't.
I could have been putting you on, though.
Like Beaker, I'm plotting my revenge.
I am plotting my revenge.
He's coming back, folks.
He's coming back. Oh my gosh! Wow, what a trip!
all right, Dragon, take us out.
All right, folks. Well, first, ladies, you had fun here tonight.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. It was fun coming back.
Good. Want to make sure. Laura, you kind of the newcomer here. You also had a good time.
Yeah,
Nice.
Laura's great.
you're great.
Well, thank you. That's so nice. I always think I'm trash. So I was just expecting what else thinks
You
I'm
know what,
trash.
Gabby? If you're trash, you're
And this
like
is why
Christmas trash.
This is why Gabby and I are friends.
Yeah, I am Forky. I am the literal definition of Forky. I am trash.
She's either forky or like Christmas trash. You know that weird candy they make. The weird kind of like,
Oh,
they-
see,
they
now I
make
just want to
around
give people
Christmas.
hugs.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
Gabby,
weird.
Laura, you two exchange Facebook information immediately. I sense a friendship brewing.
I sense a friendship.
Be the next Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey.
Oh my I mean, this is how I became friends with everyone else. Was
I know,
with
right?
podcasts.
And it's fair.
All right. Okay.
Whew.
Dragon,
Hey, that does it.
anything else?
No, that's it, folks. It does it again. Our little Mulan themed week has come to an end, it seems. And yeah, it's been a blast. And thanks for tuning in, folks. The next debate is going to be something fun. I don't know what it is yet. It's going to be fun. Probably a little spooky. I don't know. We'll see. Uncommittal. See you next time.